I will be revealing how sweatshops work in China.
Probably you've bought clothes from SHEIN before and probably you've heard of the sweatshop rumors surrounding this company. People imagine giant factories with endless rows of workers sewing clothes all day long. But that's not how it works at all.
Today we're in Guangzhou, the clothing manufacturing center of China. There's a good chance many of the made in China clothes in your closet pass through this city at some point. And to understand whether the SHEIN sweatshop accusations are accurate, first you need to understand how this ecosystem actually works. We're now in a district called Zhongda. This place is one of the most famous clothing supply chain areas in China. Most people imagine one factory making one shirt from beginning to end. That's not how it works. There are thousands of mini factories and family workshops here. Many only specialize in one part of the process: zipper installation, heat transfer printing, cutting, embroidery, labeling, and many other small tasks. Your final shirt might go through 4 or even 5 different workshops before it reaches your house. The large factories usually prefer long-term orders from big established brands like Nike or Adidas. So where does SHEIN fit into all of this? SHEIN is actually a pretty unusual company. Despite becoming one of the biggest fashion brands in the world, most people in China don't really interact with it much.
This building we see in front of us belongs to SHEIN. It's in the center of the Panyu district in Guangzhou.
You can't really shop on SHEIN the way overseas customers do. They don't have physical stores and mainly focus on international markets. The company started in my hometown, Nanjing. Today, their headquarters and tech operations are there, while Guangzhou became the center for manufacturing and logistics. People think SHEIN is mainly a clothing company. Not really. Today, their real strength is data, logistics, and supply chain management. Here's where things get interesting. Traditional clothing companies often place huge orders and hope customers buy them. SHEIN often does almost the opposite. They monitor trends online, watch social media, release very small batches of products, and test demand first. If something doesn't sell, they lose very little money. But once they find a winner, the supply chain machine starts moving. Suddenly, factories receive larger and larger orders, and depending on the size of the order, factories may react differently. Some factories can handle it and hire temporary workers to prioritize SHEIN orders. Others may outsource part of the work to factories they know nearby. That's one reason why sometimes people notice quality differences even with very similar products. For fast fashion, speed matters more than almost everything. The faster products reach customers, the faster trends can be turned into sales. Now here's where the sweatshop conversation becomes more complicated. A lot of people think SHEIN owns giant factories full of workers. Not exactly. SHEIN manages the platform and supply chain, but the actual production is spread across thousands of workshops and factories. Now we're at one of the hiring spots near the clothing districts. During busy periods, factories suddenly need extra workers. Some jobs pay hourly, others pay by piece. If a large SHEIN order suddenly arrives, factories may need more people immediately. Many workers here are migrants from other provinces. Some come during busy periods because working more hours can significantly increase their income. Others may feel pressure because factories are racing against deadlines. Many of the workers here aren't originally from Guangzhou. For many people, this isn't just extra money. They're supporting parents back home, paying rent, helping raise children, and trying to save enough money for a better future. And the economics can sometimes be very different from what people imagine. Some experienced workers, especially those paid by piece or working during busy periods, can actually earn surprisingly good money in a short amount of time. Sometimes even more than young office workers or fresh university graduates. That's one reason some people actively look for these seasonal opportunities. But this system creates pressure on everyone. Factories are also caught in a difficult position. SHEIN orders can keep workshops busy and keep workers employed. Without enough orders, some factories may struggle to survive. But taking large fast fashion orders often comes with thin profit margins and intense deadlines. So many factories end up stuck in a cycle. They need the orders, but the orders also create pressure. Reality is messy. Different factories operate differently, and not everyone experiences it the same way. I'm not trying to defend or attack the system. I'm trying to explain how this ecosystem actually functions. Because the real question might not be, Is SHEIN a sweatshop company? The bigger question might be, if millions of people want $7 dresses delivered in a week, what kind of system makes that possible? Because SHEIN didn't invent this machine, they just became incredibly good at using it.
It's called the fuck?